I think if Apple started making pocket knives, this is exactly what it would look like. Right about now, you should be looking at some specs up on the screen. And yeah, their measurements I did go ahead and take myself. So you can either pause and read them here, or I will be sure to go ahead and put them down in the description below, just in case, like if you want to follow along throughout this video. The IQ is I think it's like a classy knife that's meant to really work best like in an office or, as a gent's carry. You can really tell that they thought about this design. I mean, check this out. There's one body screw. And of course, that body screw, it pulls double duty. Yeah, it holds on the clip as well. Hey, how you doing? If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jay. Consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. With a sheepsfoot blade that's measuring just under 3 inches, the IQ has an excellent blade to handle ratio. Not to mention that the size, it's going to be more legal to carry in more places where you might have some restrictions going on. I mean, look at this. I thought that this was really interesting. So look at it next to the Leak, or how about the Civivi Elementum? Even got out the K-Bar Dozier. Oh, how about another drop collaboration, the Ferrum Forge Gent. So you've got the same, or even in some instances more sharpened edge. Look at that. Same amount of sharpened edge in a much smaller package. That's what I call an efficient design. I gotta tell you, I was absolutely shocked to see the word Elmax stamped on the side of this blade. Couldn't believe it. It's a steel you don't really see too much anymore. I know ZT used to use it a lot. Now that I think about it, this is the only Elmax blade I have in my entire collection. In regards to edge retention, this is going to be, Elmax is going to be right up there with M390 and CTS XHP, but the corrosion resistance now, on the other hand, that's going to be kind of middle of the road stuff, right around VG10, 154 cm. So yeah, this is good to go. The action here, it's a little bit better than I expected it to be, and that's only because of how light that this blade really is. I mean, look at that flipper tab. That's tiny. And it's by the way, the only area on the knife that does have a little bit of jimping. But this blade, every time I push down on that flipper tab, it snaps open every time. Very difficult for me to get this to fail. Let me try. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time. Okay, there, I got it once. But that's going to be because of this, the detent is very, very strong. But, of course, it's too light. You're not going to be able to shake that loose, but it is still a really good detent. And then once it is open, if you can see, yeah, that it looks like that's locking up at about 35, maybe 40%. Closing the knife is also really, really good. A couple quick shakes and it drops closed, and part of that's going to be because of the ceramic ball bearing pivot inside. And then hopefully you see that centering there. Yeah, that, at least on my example, that's dead on. One really nice attention to detail here is that you see how the lock bar, it's completely flush with the show side, or the front of the knife. Now I know what you're thinking though. You're probably okay, Jay, well, that means it's going to be impossible, to get at the lock bar to be able to close it. But no, look at, this is what they did here. They milled out pockets on both sides, on both scales. So then when you go ahead to get your thumb in there, there's there's plenty of room to get at that bar. Now I do have to warn you, okay, because I have medium-sized hands, and you can see, yeah, there is just enough room for me to get all of my fingers there on this titanium handle. So if you got the larger hands, you might run into some trouble. Considering that this handle, you know, it's pretty straight. I mean, but the contoured scales, if you stare down the sights there, you can just see that they're slightly contoured, and they're really comfortable because they've also went ahead and chamfered all of the areas, well, that need to be. And there's plenty of traction though. I want to show you here on that show side, or the front of it. It's got like this like cross hatching going on that's milled into the titanium scale, and man, is that grippy. I like their decision to, they went ahead and they kept that like aggressive texture only on one side, which is good because now it's not gonna like chew up your pants pocket, you know, when you go ahead pulling this in and out. Speaking of pockets, check out that deep carry clip. Very nice. I mean, this is how you do a milled titanium clip. I mean, it even takes up like less than half of the area on the handle. So they made it the right size. Unfortunately though, it's only one position. Yeah, no lefty love. But I do understand why they had to do it this way, you know, because you really can't, because of that texture, and you try to put the clip on this side, and yeah, it will eat your pockets. So I understand why they had to do it, but it still doesn't change the fact that it is just a one position clip. The IQ, I mean, this, which I'm about to show you here in just a second, it's light enough. You could honestly get away with carrying this like in your shirt pocket. Let's see, 2.1 ounces. What's the bug out? Like 1.8? So that's going to be roughly like the equivalent of 3 AA batteries, or wow, almost the same exact weight as the K-Bar Dozier. Most of the time, you know, like a flipper tab and like a sheepsfoot or a Wharncliffe blade, they don't usually work out too well together. I mean, unless you have a knife like the Spyderco Smock, which would be an anomaly. I mean, it does have a flipper tab technically, but it's not like, you know, it's not like a traditional flipper. But this design just works because, you know, you're able to get, oh, look at that, like all of the sharpened edge when you're cutting on a flat surface. When you have, you know, no matter how small the flipper tab is, when there is one, it ends up just kind of getting in the way. But what they did to help that was they made the flipper obviously smaller, but then also gave us just like a little bit of belly on this sheepsfoot blade. So, you know, we're able to get right at that point is where it's going to make contact when, you know, you're cutting on something flat. So why don't we go ahead and see how well that this 2.2 millimeter thick blade, let's go ahead and see how well it cuts. Oh my God, are you serious? Wow. Yeah, this thing can cut, man. Why don't we see? Now let's go ahead and check out the coating. Nope, nothing. Ooh, that held up well. Good job. Today, July 8th, the drop exclusive IQ is going to be available to buy on their website for about $198, which comes to about €175. Because some of their knives in the past, believe me, I've experienced this firsthand, some of their knives in the past have sold out really, really quick. So if you're even remotely interested in this, I mean, the time to act is now. Otherwise, you could miss out on something good. You can't even get one of these from Quiet Carry's own website. I think where there's like 5 or 6 different versions of this, all gone. You can only get this right now from Drop. And if you're not crazy, like I know some of you are not going to be crazy about the black coating. I get that. There's also a satin finished version of this as well. I'll be sure to go ahead and put all the necessary links to buy down below in the description, just to make it really easy for you if you want to pick one up. I know that $198 is a lot of money, but I truly believe that there is a lot of value here. You know, you're getting a lot for your money. Let me remind you, I mean, you're getting a unique blade steel that you just don't see that much anymore in the Elmax. You're getting titanium construction and a milled deep carry pocket clip. Actually, one of my all-time favorite milled deep carry clips at this point. And let's not forget, you know, the ceramic ball bearing pivot. So be smart. Get the IQ. See what I did? Up on the screen right now, I've got 2 videos, bam, bam, that I really think that you need to check out. And if you enjoyed this video and you got, I mean, like any value from it, would you do me a favor and just let me know by leaving one of these? And don't forget to click on subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you at the next video. Hey, you guys take care. See you later. Stay safe. Did you honestly think that the video was over? Do you think that I'm gonna like skip my favorite part? I absolutely love giving away this stuff. I really do. Call me crazy, whatever. It's a good time and it makes me feel really, really good. So on July 14th, 2020, I'm gonna pick not 1, not 2, but 3 winners. I'm gonna pick 3 names on July 14th. Subscribers only, please. First place, first name I pick, of course, is gonna go home with their very own Drop Quiet Carry IQ. Oh, wait till you see what I've got for number 2 and number 3. This is called the Shorty. Yeah, that's a clip point blade you're looking at. It's a key organizer. Oh, it has a clip too. How friggin' cool is that? So it works just like a regular, like a frame or liner lock to close it. And there's even, like in the box, what's else onto you? It's got like extension rods. So like if you're like super important person and you've got like a ton of keys hanging off, you could make this thing like wider, putting on those like extension rods. And then third place is gonna get the Shorty with, it's got like a tool, multi kind of tool going on. So that's like a pry bar, looks like a wire stripper, package opener thing. And that's gotta be, yeah, that's a bottle opener. Same deal, works just like a liner lock or frame lock. And you know what, if you win, like let's say, you know, you don't want the clip point, but you'd rather have the tool, you know, we can work all that out whenever I draw the winner. So subscriber only please, on July 14th, 3 names, code word, quiet. So if you want to enter this giveaway, you have to use the code word. Now, you can put like quietly, you could put quieter, quietest, whatever, just as long as it has quiet somewhere in there. And I know that you guys have some crazy ideas swirling around in that head. So I'm sure you'll have some pretty damn funny ways of using quiet in a sentence. So get to work. Good luck.